So a short meditation to open to space, so the space around us, the space within us. So I'm suggesting you sit in a chair, but if you're more comfortable sitting cross-legged on the ground, that's more familiar to you, or if you wish to lie down, because you need a little bit more rest and recharge, then please make that choice. So finding your happy place to be still and remembering that comfort is primary. So if you need to move during the next few minutes, please do. Don't sit there in pain or lie there in pain. So we're sitting, I'm assuming we're going to be sitting, but if whatever area of the body has contact with the ground, then contact with the seat, contact with a surface, then just taking your attention to that. And taking your attention to the feet on the ground. And then just moving your attention to the top of your head. And back to your seat, your feet, and then the crown of the head. And just do a little rock forward and back if you're sitting. If you're lying, then a little bit of a rock, maybe side to side. And just noticing if you're sitting, the sitting bones going under you and then behind you. And then find a happy place where you have a sense of an even greater connection. Ideally, if you're sitting, through the sitting bones. Have a sense from there of the spine, from the base, with the pelvis just rising, rising, rising through the back, through the neck, back of the skull. And a little bit of a nod of the head to get that sense of lengthening through the back of the neck and comfort through the whole area around the neck and the jaw. And then let the head be free. So there's a slight sense of the back of the neck long to feel that energy through the spine, that growth through the spine. That connection to the sitting bones into the earth. Connection through the feet to the ground. And that connection to the crown of the head to the whole of the space above you. Having the hands wherever they're comfortable to allow the arms to relax, shoulders to relax away from the ears. And finding that happy sweet spot between being alert and being relaxed. So kind of consciousness, awareness, that being as soft as it can be without any sense of collapse in the body. And you need to move, then just do a little bit of a rock side to side at any point to try and reconnect with some sense of comfort. So feeling the feet and that contact with the ground. And feeling the warmth and the support from the ground. Throughout whichever parts of the body that have contact with the ground. Bottom if sitting, the whole of the back body if lying. So feel that connection. And then take your attention to the crown of the head. And the space above the crown of the head. Endless space above the crown of the head. And then letting that space fill out in front of you, behind you, and to the sides. At any point that feels kind of threatening or a bit scary or just discombobulating in some way, then just come back to the feet and the body connected to the earth, plugging yourself back in. Otherwise, be available for a wider awareness, a soft awareness, maybe having a sense of the space not being empty. So space is still full of energy. So if that helps to imagine a breeze around the body, above and around, to kind of give a greater sense of that energy, of space around you. And within that space there's light, gentle light. So I'm assuming the eyes are closed or you're looking softly down. So there's no kind of sharpness to the view. The view is more from the imagination. It's more from within inside. We're looking at the outside through the inside, but not through the eyes. It's a sensing experience of that soft, gentle energy, that space around us. And if this makes sense to you, then also having a sense of space within the body. So for most of us, the easiest way to connect to that is the breath. So initially having that sense of belly movement and space in the belly, space between the navel and the back. And even if we're breathing very softly, which we're likely to be doing because we're just sitting or resting, still being in touch with the movement, subtle as it may be, of the back and the belly and the space between. So there's lots of organs in the body, in the torso, so they'll be within that space, carried, held, and they will move with the breath. So now having a sense of maybe the sides of the rib cage, you might have a sense of those moving in and out like a bellowing kind of movement. Again, might be subtle. And you can just imagine maybe the rib cage is more like some sort of sea life kind of floating out on an in-breath and coming in on an out-breath. So it's more of a floating sensation for the rib cage. As you get that sense of space inside the body. And again, that can be wider than just the outside of the ribs. It can be front ribs and back ribs. So it's a three-dimensional space in the center of the body. But feeling that whole space now on the torso, right down from the pelvic floor, right up to the collarbone and the shoulders. And then imagine that space flowing down through the arms, down through the legs to the ground. And flowing up through the head and back to the space, through the crown of the head into sky space. And again, if anything feels uncomfortable or not right, then just come back down again to the feet and the connection to the earth. Otherwise, let the flow from the inside to the outside, and then let the flow from the outside to the inside. So that can be felt through the crown of the head. If it feels more comfortable seeing it as the breath, in breath and out breath through the nose, then take your attention more to the tip of your nose and that bringing in and taking out. There'll be different sensations, whichever you choose to imagine that connection with. And that filling up of the body with space, positive space. And that connection with the inward space and the outward space coming in and the inward space going out. And being nurtured by that space around, above, as light, as energy. Let it give a softening to the whole body, softening to the thoughts, softening to the heart and the feelings, softening to any tension. And any sense of releasing as thoughts come. No need to push, just allowing them to come through without holding on. And just being present to the interplay of the inside and the outside space for a few more moments. Seeing ourselves as space and space as ourselves. And connect with everything outside and everything inside. Creating a softer barrier between the inside and the outside, or softer boundary, if you like. Just taking any sense of light, energy, healing, softening, arriving into and with space. Continue that softening into allowing space, its space. And then we're going to slowly and gently return to the body. So crown of the head. Sitting bones on center of the body. Feet on the ground. And reconnecting with the earth energy now. So the feet, whatever parts of the body have a more direct connection with giving weight to the ground. Hands on the legs, maybe bottom on the chair. And having a sense of the whole body now, boundaries of the body. And the breathing body. So movement within the stillness. Stillness within the movement. And then maybe rocking again as we did at the beginning, forward and back, or side to side, or both. Releasing the breath a little bit more. Opening the eyes, if the eyes are closed. Taking the arms softly in front as we go forward and back a little bit. Relaxing. Taking the arms out to the side if you've got space, forward and back. Back. Up a hug, side to side. And just feeling that space around you, any way you want to. Look around, look around, look around. And enjoy the space around, enjoy the space within, enjoy its calm energy, supportive energy. Thank you.